Hello, my name is Thomas and today I'll be doing a review of the brand new Selfish Drive bus station. The first part of the station I'd like to review today is the seat. This is one of the new age seats. It comes factory with any of the bus stations you find all across Queensland. Now this seat is my favourite of the bus station seats. I wasn't really much for the old wood seat as it was pretty hard. But so overall I'd have to rate the seat around a 5 out of 10. It could be better. The metal gaps leave something to be wanted, but overall this seat's not bad. It's a pretty good seat. Now I'd like to talk about the glass that you see here. As you would have seen when I was talking about the benches, they've added a new glass exterior. Now this isn't bulletproof glass or anything extremely fancy, but it adds a nice aerodynamic kind of flow through feel to the brand new bus stations, and I'm rather a fan of it. Of course, it makes it pretty hard to hide in the bus stations if you're hiding from like a serial killer or a mass murderer, but that never happens. So overall, I love this glass. I'd have to rate it a 9 out of 10. Probably the best feature of the bus station in my opinion. Now I'd like to talk about the roof. As you can see, this is a far different roof than it was on the previous bus station design. Now this roof actually stretches out a little bit to provide a shelter from rain and wind and all the baddies that might come and get you on your morning commute. Now, the underside is coated in sort of a plasticky white kind of texture, which I feel adds a sort of calming presence to the underside of the roof. Personally, I think it adds the whole thing together, makes it feel more suburban and more compact. Now, what isn't compact, however, is the massive roof. It's pretty large, actually, probably bigger than my hand if I can manage to fit it up there. I'm not a big fan of that personally. I think it's a bit of a waste of time. So overall, I have to rate this roof around a 6 out of 10, personally. Sadly, however, there are some downsides with this new wave design. The first downside isn't really much to do with the design, but more to do with the build quality. The grass you see here was put rather quickly and unevenly. It wasn't fenced off to allow for time for growth. Now, I understand why they might have done this. This is a government bus station. They have tight schedules, and that might also explain the difference in brickwork, as you can see here. Now, they kind of just stopped really caring about here, with the notable exception of this brick here, with the new bricks, and they left all the old, grimy, crappy bricks there. Now, this might just be because of something else I want to talk about, which is the added modification of concrete on the path. Now, in order to accommodate this brand new, massive bus station, they had to extend the concrete by a little bit. As you can see here, it extends rather far, and they've laid new concrete down. I think they did this pretty well. They've even blended the footpath into it all the way so that you can see this little piece here. They cut off this little piece here and they did all that, and then they just blended it all to the 30-year-old concrete there. I think it looks rather nice, except for this little bit there, which looks rather respect. Now the last downside I have to talk about now is a small thing, but a bit of a pet peeve, is the gaffer tape that they've left up there. Sorry, masking tape, not gaffer tape, the masking tape. Now, under the awesome looking light, which I didn't mention in my review, you can see that they've left little bits of masking tape there, which I thought was rather strange until I realised that they probably just didn't notice it and didn't care enough. It's rather sad to see our local bus stations come into this form of malpractice and inability to do work well. It's very sad. Now, another thing that I've noticed, which is a leftover bit from build, is the markings on the floor. I'm rather disappointed in this because I like my bus stations looking clean. I like sitting down, looking at the concrete and thinking, this is an Australian job, this is a great job. But I look down there and all I see is just a disappointment. It's quite like school actually, if you think about it. Now, there's nothing to note here in this area, apart from the brand new bin and concrete that they've put. They've added this nice little square of concrete here and incorporated a bin there. Now, the old bin, which was in a spot I'd like, was placed right here, but as you can probably guess, that probably wasn't the best spot to put it, and they've added it here, a much better space. Overall, the downsides will detract a point later in the construction. Okay, so overall, I rather do like this bus station. It's a nice added burst of flavour to the Selfish Drive rat run usually when you're hanging out with your pals and your buds. You can now come down here and enjoy a nice life. However, the floors do bring it down a bit. It's not a perfect bus station, nor will it ever be. I don't expect it to be. It's not Glenfield's Boulevard or anything, am I right? But sadly, I guess I'm going to have to rate it around an 8.5 out of 10. It could be better, but I reckon that's still pretty good considering it is just a bus station after all.
Don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe and comment to Tommo Reviews. I will be reviewing a lot more stuff, like the park behind me. I'll be reviewing that later if I ever get a chance. Anyway, I rate this park an 8 out of 5. It has a lot of flaws, but a lot more good qualities. It's a lot better than the old bus station designs, and I won't miss the old ones, honestly. I like the new age. Have a nice day.